Hello, welcome back. Let us take one more example. The problem goes like this. A reinforced concrete column of 2.75 meter length carries an axial load of 1600 kilonewton. Design the column using M20 concrete and Fe415 steel. See, I am going to write this formula which is given under 39.3. Excuse me for a minute. Which is given under 39.3. The formula goes like this: 0.FCK and area of concrete plus 0.67 Fy and area of compression steel. See, we have only this formula. Okay, to make use of this formula, first we are going to check for minimum eccentricity, that is unsupported length by 500 plus, that is D divided by 30, and the eccentricity not less than 20 mm. That means we have two things: find out the eccentricity and compare this value, whatever we get, with this, take higher of those two values as the minimum eccentricity, because the code says. So we have to design the column even though the load is pure axial. So column for a minimum eccentricity of higher of those two values. Okay. Then this is under 25.4 on page 42 of the code book. Then if you go to page number 71 under 39.3, so the code says for a short column, it says for a short column, if this eccentricity E minimum is less than 0.05 D, then we can go ahead and make use of this formula. Okay? I repeat, we can make use of these formulas, this formula, when the column is short and this condition is satisfied. So let us go to the problem. A reinforced concrete column of 2.75 meter length carries an axial load of 1600 kilonewton. So design the column using M20 concrete and Fe415 steel. So here what is given? P is given, that is 1600 kilonewton. Okay. Therefore Pu, that is the design load on the column, is 2400 kilonewton. Okay. Then it says, what is the length of the column? Length of the column, I am going to take this length as unsupported length. This is not the effective length. Instead, it is the unsupported length, 2.75 meter. So by assuming both ends hinged, because end conditions are not given, we can assume some end conditions according to our convenience. So LE equal to, that is the effective length of the column, equal to 1 multiplied by L. So where did we get this? If again, page number 94, table 28. Okay, that is 2.75 meter is the effective length. That is page number, table 28, page 94. Okay, this is the effective length. Then we have to start somewhere for the design, and this is the only formula available. Okay, we have to make use of this formula. So to make use of this formula, this condition should be satisfied. And also another condition is the column should be short. Column should be short. So how do we check whether the given column is a long column or a short column? Only the length is given. Effective length is 2.75 meter. Unsupported length is 2.75 meter. So to check whether the column is long or short, so how do we decide? Effective length divided by lateral dimension. Lateral dimension. But we don't know the size of the column. Unless we know the size of the column, we cannot know what is the lateral dimension. So we cannot decide whatever the column you are going to design is going to be a short column or a long column, because that depends on the dimensions of the column. Okay. And also we cannot check this condition, we don't know D. Again, D is one of the dimensions. So in this case, what we do is, as I said, so these conditions we are going to assume that are going to be satisfied. Based on that condition, we are going to borrow this formula. Okay. So what I do is, by assuming the column as short column and E minimum, that is minimum eccentricity, is less than or at most equal to 0.05 D, I can use the formula. I can use the formula PU equal to 0.4 FCK AC, that is the area of concrete, plus 0.67 FY ASC. Okay. So this is the formula I have. So PU in this formula, yes, it is known, that is 2400 kilonewton. Okay, FCK is 20, that is given. FY is 415. ASC and AC are the two unknowns, we don't know. So, but we have only one equation. So it is equation 1. So by having two unknowns and one equation, we cannot solve for those two unknowns. So what we do is, I am going to assume let us assume 2% of the steel. Okay, whatever the gross area of the column section, I am going to assume 2% as the area of cross section of the steel, because the code says minimum reinforcement is 0.8% and maximum reinforcement is 6%. Okay, practically speaking, even 6% is too high. Okay, normally we don't go beyond 4% practically. So in case of columns under ordinary loads or normal loads, so we are going to assume some 1 to 2% of steel. Here I am assuming only 2% of the steel. Therefore, area of compression steel equal to 2% of the gross area. Okay. So what I do is I am going to substitute ASC and other values in this equation. By substituting the values in equation 1, we get, so for PU I am going to substitute 2400 kilonewton multiplied by 1000, that is equal to 0.4, FCK is 20, and in case of concrete, so area of concrete is given by gross area minus the area of steel. What is the area of steel here? That is AG. Sorry, that is this value, that is equal to 0.02 Ag is the area of compression steel, 0.02 Ag plus 0.67 into 415. In place of ASC, that is the area of compression steel, I am going to substitute 0.02 G. 0.02 Ag. Okay. Now Ag is the only unknown, that is the gross area of cross section of the column is the only unknown here. So I am going to get that value equal to, therefore Ag equal to 17.91 into 10 to the power of 4 millimeter square. So let us use a square column. Okay. So depending on the requirement, even you can change this to a rectangular column. Here nothing is given, so I am going to assume the column as a square column. Therefore, dimension of each side equal to square root of Ag. Okay, that is Ag equal to, sorry, D equal to, that is one of the dimensions, equal to square root of 17.91 into 10 to the power of 4. That is D equal to 423 millimeter. Okay. So of course we are not going to provide 423. Instead we say 425 millimeter. That is the size of the column. That is a rectangular, that is a square column of dimension 425 millimeter and 425 millimeter. Okay. Now we know the dimensions of the column. And we made use of this formula under these conditions. And we have to satisfy these conditions. So we will go and check whether those conditions are satisfied. then only we are justified by using this formula. Okay. So next what I do is, the first step is to check whether the column is short or long. Another name for long is slender. So that is slenderness ratio, L E by D equal to, that is the slenderness ratio. What is LE? 2.75 meter multiplied by 1000. So in millimeter. And the dimension is, one side dimension is 425. Okay. So it is 6.47. That is less than 12. Okay. Therefore, the column is short. The next step is to check for minimum eccentricity. To check for minimum eccentricity. So what is that? As per 25.4 on page 42 of the code book, that is L. This is not effective length, this is unsupported length. Here it is effective length. Be careful. Okay. So slenderness ratio, we are going to make use of effective length. For this, for minimum eccentricity check, we are going to make use of unsupported length. L by 500 plus D divided by 30, that is equal to, what is L? 2.75 multiplied by 1000 divided by 500 plus, what is D? 425 divided by 30. Okay. So that is equal to, how much it is? 2, that is 5.5, 14.17, that is 19.17 millimeter. Let me check once again. 5.5, 14, 19.17 millimeter. Okay. And also this should not be less than 20 mm. That means take higher of these two values as the minimum eccentricity. Therefore, E minimum equal to 20 millimeter. And the next step is, and we need to check whether E minimum is less than 0.05 D, and 0.05 D equal to 0.05 multiplied by 425, that is equal to 21.25 millimeter. Look here, E minimum and 0.025 D equal to 21.25 millimeter. Therefore, here E minimum is less than 0.05 D. Therefore, OK. What it means? Therefore, OK means we are justified using this formula. Okay? So, in other words, we have used this formula without satisfying the requirements for this formula. Okay, once we made use of this, once we determined the dimensions of the column, what we did was, we went back and we tried to satisfy the conditions for which we use this formula. And those conditions are met. Okay, what are those conditions? So the column should be short. Yes, that condition is satisfied. And when you check for the minimum eccentricity, once we get minimum eccentricity, that should be compared with whether it is less than or equal to 0.05 d, and that is also satisfied. Then we are okay. Okay. Now the next step is we are justified in using this formula. And the next step is to find out the actual area of steel required. Okay. So initially we assume 2%. Okay. So now based on that 2%, if we take the column size as 423 by 423, that's okay. We can take exactly 2% of that as tension reinforcement. Once we increased the column size to 425 millimeter by 425 millimeter, or even if you decrease a little bit, then the area of steel required will not be 2%, it will be other than 2%. Okay. So for that what we do is, I am going to make use of the same formula, and I am going to find out what is the exact area of steel required. Okay. We have the formula here. So to calculate the area of steel ASC, that is the longitudinal steel or compression steel required. ASC required. So come to this formula. So that is PU is 2400 kilonewton multiplied by 1000 equal to 0.4, and FCK is 20 concrete. Okay. This is area of concrete. So area of concrete is gross area of the section, that is 425 by 425, minus the area of compression steel. We need to deduct the area of compression steel because we are going to embed steel into concrete. So that should be taken out in the calculation. Okay. Plus 0.67 into 415 into ASC is ASC. Okay. Therefore, ASC equal to, therefore ASC equal to 3536.4. 3536.4 millimeter square. That is the area of compression steel required. Okay. So let us use 25 millimeter dia bars. See, whether we use 25 or 20 or 16 depends on this. Okay. So briefly take 1 or 2 minutes time. So take a calculator, divide this area, say for example you are going to assume 16 mm diameter bars. So you may get some 20 bars, who knows, but that is going to be too many to accommodate in that size of the column. So in such cases what we do is we are going to go for higher diameter. Okay. So based on that I have selected 25 millimeter. Let us use 25 millimeter dia bars. Therefore, number of bars equal to 3536.4, that is the total area of cross section, divided by area of each bar, pi by 425 square, that is equal to 7.2, say 8. Okay. So of course we cannot provide a 7.2, so we go ahead and go for next higher value. Okay. Therefore, actual area of steel provided equal to 8 multiplied by pi by 4 25 square. Okay. So that is 3927 millimeter square. 3927 millimeter square is the actual area of steel provided. The next step is we have to check for AC minimum, AC maximum. Okay. Then we have to provide lateral ties. So let us check for AC minimum. Check for AC minimum. So ASC minimum as per the code is 0.8%, that is 0.8 divided by 100 of the gross area AG, that is 0.800 multiplied by what is AG value? AG value of the column is 425 multiplied by 425. So that is ASC minimum is 1445 millimeter square. 1445 millimeter square. That is ASC minimum. Okay. So what is the area we are providing? 3927. Therefore, ASC, that is the actual area of compression steel provided, is greater than ASC minimum. Therefore, okay. Next, check for ASC maximum. Check for ASC maximum. So as per the code, ASC maximum equal to 6 by 100, that is 6% of the gross sectional area, that is equal to 6 divided by 100 multiplied by 425 by 425, that is equal to 10,837.5 millimeter square. Okay. So that is the maximum area of steel allowed, and this is the steel we are providing here. Therefore, ASC, that is the actual area of steel provided, is less than ASC maximum. Therefore, okay. Okay. So, as I said repeatedly in the previous examples, whenever this area, actual area of steel required, goes below ASC minimum, then go ahead and provide at least this much, that is AC minimum steel. In case actual area of steel provided exceeds AC maximum, that is allowed, then go ahead and revise this section, that is increase the dimensions of the column. Is it clear to you? So with this, there is one more step, that is regarding lateral ties. Lateral ties. First thing is, let us fix the diameter of the lateral tie. So as per the code, the lateral tie diameter should be 1/4 of the dia of the largest bar. Okay, that is equal to 1/4. What is the diameter of the largest bar? We have only 25 millimeter diameter bars, all. So 25 millimeter diameter itself is the smallest bar, and 25 millimeter diameter is the largest bar. So 25, that is equal to 6.25 millimeter. And also the code says the dia of the bar should not be less than 6 mm. Okay. So therefore we shall provide what bars? Higher of these two values is what? 6.25. So of course we don't have a bar with this diameter. So we have to go for next higher value. So 8 millimeter is the next higher value of the diameter of the bar. Therefore we shall provide 8 mm diameter dia bars. Okay. Next, spacing of lateral ties. Spacing of the lateral ties. So the code says the spacing should not exceed least lateral dimension . Least lateral dimension, that is equal to, so what is the least lateral dimension? We have a square column, 425 by 425. So that is the smallest dimension and that is the largest dimension. So least lateral dimension is 425 millimeter center to center, and 16 times the dia of the smallest bar, that is equal to 16 times the dia of the smallest bar, 25 millimeter is the dia of the smallest bar, that is 400 millimeter. And also the code says at any cost the spacing should not exceed 300 millimeter. Okay. Take the least of these three values as the maximum spacing of the lateral ties. Maximum spacing in the sense you have to provide the lateral ties at a spacing of 300 millimeter or lower. I repeat, so the spacing of the bar, that is the maximum spacing of the lateral ties, is the least of these three values. If you want, you can go ahead and provide a 250 millimeter center to center, 200 millimeter center to center, but you cannot cross 300 millimeter center to center. Okay. Therefore, we shall provide eight mm dia lateral ties at 300 millimeter center to center. Is it clear to you? So this completes the problem. Let us finish the problem with reinforcement details. So let me not continue here, just want to end this column like this. we have 8 bars. And so total 8 bars. So this is 425 millimeter by 425 millimeter. This is quite a big column. So what I do is, when I provide lateral ties, I am going to provide lateral ties in different ways. So I am going to provide lateral ties like this. That is one ring. Okay. On the top of it, not this way, just let me provide this way. Okay. And another lateral ties. Another lateral tie like this. Okay, just one lateral tie like this. Just above that, you can provide one more. Okay. So these are the main bars. And I am going to see this bar as well. Okay. And actually we have 2 bars, that is 2 lateral tie bars. So one is this one, just above that this one. Okay. So this dimension is 425 millimeter, and this is 425 millimeter, and the unsupported length of the column (2,750 millimeter). So when you are expressing the dimensions in drawing, always express in millimeter. Okay. So these are the lateral ties. (8 mm) dia lateral ties at 300 millimeter center to center. Okay. This is total 8 of 25 millimeter dia. Same thing here. 8 of 25 millimeter dia longitudinal bars or main bars. or compression bars. Okay. So this completes the problem. I hope this is clear to you. One second. This is the plan. Okay, that is sectional plan. This is the sectional elevation. Sectional elevation. This is the sectional plan. Is this clear to you? So, and one more thing I have not covered is the cover for the reinforcement in the columns. Okay, as per the codal recommendation. So it is given in the code book. Okay, depending on the exposure condition and also depending on the recommendation of the code book. Okay, you need to give that much of cover, but I have not covered that part in this. Please go through the code book and try to learn it. Okay, thank you.